Episode 3, The Saint with Two Bodies. Welcome. Today we continue our journey through Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Let's begin Chapter 3, The Saint with Two Bodies. After the loss of his mother, Mukunda's desire to understand the spiritual world became even stronger. Every opportunity to meet a saint or visit a holy place filled him with excitement. One day his father granted him permission to travel to the sacred city of Benares. Along with the railway pass, his father handed him two letters. One was for a business associate. The other was an introduction to a revered monk named Swami Pranabananda, a fellow disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya. Filled with curiosity, young Mukunda set off for Benares. As soon as he arrived, he made his way to the humble residence of Swami Pranabananda. The saint welcomed him warmly, almost as if he had been expecting him. Before Mukunda could even introduce himself or hand over his father's letter, the Swami smiled and asked, "Are you Bhagavati's son?" Mukunda stood amazed. How could this man already know who he was? The surprise didn't end there. Without opening the second letter, Swami Pranabananda also knew exactly why Mukunda had come and assured him that his father's friend would soon arrive. Mukunda wondered how such a thing could be possible. The Swami then quietly entered a deep state of meditation. Minutes passed in complete silence. Finally, he opened his eyes and calmly said, "I think your father's friend is now approaching." Just then, footsteps echoed on the staircase. A man entered the room. It was exactly the person Mukunda had been looking for. But what the visitor said next left everyone speechless. He explained that only a short while earlier, while bathing in the river Ganges, Swami Pranabananda had personally met him, spoken with him, and guided him toward the house. Mukunda was stunned. That couldn't be possible. The Swami had been sitting in front of him the entire time. He had never left the room. Confused, Mukunda questioned the visitor again. The answer remained the same. The visitor insisted that he had walked and spoken with Swami Pranabananda only moments before. The saint listened quietly before smiling. He then explained that for those who have realized the deeper nature of reality, the limitations of the physical body no longer apply. According to Yogananda's account, highly advanced yogis can project another physical form and appear in different places whenever necessary. This was why Swami Pranabananda became known as the saint with two bodies. For young Mukunda, this experience was overwhelming. He had read about miracles. He had heard stories from elders. But now he believed he had witnessed one himself. Instead of making him proud or excited, however, the experience filled him with humility. He realized that the spiritual path was far greater than he had ever imagined. Before Mukunda left, Swami Pranabananda shared something deeply personal. He explained that he had once worked for the railway, just as Mukunda's father did. For many years, he balanced his job with long hours of meditation every night. Eventually, his longing for God became so intense that ordinary work no longer held meaning for him. With the blessings of his guru, Lahiri Mahasaya, he devoted himself entirely to spiritual life. The Swami smiled and said something Mukunda never forgot. "I received two pensions. The first comes from the railway company. The second comes from my heavenly Father, a pension of everlasting peace." For the saint, true wealth was not measured by money. It was measured by inner joy, contentment, and union with God. Swami Pranabananda then revealed another profound experience. After years of sincere meditation, he still felt separated from the divine by a thin veil. One night he prayed intensely to Lahiri Mahasaya for help. His guru blessed him and asked him to meditate once more. That very night, according to his account, he experienced complete union with the divine. From that day onward, he said, he lived in constant awareness of God's presence. For him, enlightenment was not an idea. It was a living reality experienced every moment of life. As Mukunda prepared to leave, the saint blessed him. Looking into the young boy's eyes, he made two predictions. First, he said that Mukunda's future belonged to the path of yoga and renunciation. Second, he assured him that they would meet again in the future. Years later, Yogananda wrote that both predictions came true exactly as the saint had foretold. For Mukunda, this journey to Benares was more than a simple visit. It became another milestone in his spiritual search. Each encounter strengthened his belief that there were realities beyond what ordinary eyes could see. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe,